Hey guys, welcome to another video from NZ Pocket Guide. Today I'm joined by Tim from Hello Future Me. Yes, that's right, he is from New Zealand, and we may even dabble a little bit into some of the Lord of the Rings locations.
Hello. Hi.
Hey.
Thank you for having me.
No worries, Tim. That's a pleasure to have you on board. So tell us a little bit about you. We obviously have very different channels, so people don't know what to do. So what do you do on your channel? Where are you born? What, where do you live? Tell us who you are.
I am otherwise better known, as you said, Hello Future Me, and I talk about writing and world building, creating fictional worlds, particularly science fiction and fantasy, though I like to think I go beyond that. What if I told you that this book here, 1,178 pages long, didn't tell you the true story of The Lord of the Rings? And that's just because I'm really passionate about that stuff, and it really started out with me talking about stories that I love and why they work and why other stories might not work as well. And then it just really took off from there. I am born and raised a New Zealander, lived in Christchurch all my life, and yeah, this is where I call home.
So with literature being such a big part of your life, of your everyday life, are you a big fan of The Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a massive fan of Lord of the Rings. The first book I ever read by myself was The Hobbit. And I read that when I was like 7 or 8 or something. And after that, I was just instantly in love with elves and dwarves and magic and fantastical worlds, and it really went from there.
So let's talk about The Lord of the Rings. So the Lord of the Rings movies were shot in New Zealand, and there are some iconic locations around the country. Have you visited any? Do you have any favorites?
I have been to a couple, but I have not been to that many of them. The most famous one that I've been to is Hobbiton. Yeah. My girlfriend flew me up there for my 21st.
Oh, that's a 21st.
Yeah, it was very, very cool to go and see the Hobbiton and everything like that. It's actually a lot smaller than you would think. Like the actual area, it's just as detailed as you would imagine, but like the party tree, which gives the impression of being very, very big, is actually quite small when you see it up close. And there's some really cool details and stuff like that, and that you can learn when you go on the tours. Like the tours are just full of some really interesting stuff, and I think you have to do a tour.
Yes.
I really want to go back and do the banquet, which you can do at the Green Dragon, which would be very, very cool. But I didn't get to do that because it's quite expensive. But
if you guys want to check out what he's talking about, the banquet, we do have a video of us doing the banquet on this channel, so you can.
Oh, you got to do the banquet?
Dinner.
Was
Yes.
it good?
It is a lot of food. It does, I feel, for having done the basic tours as well as the dinner, I feel like it gives you a much grander kind of experience, because it basically includes the tour, right? So you do a tour at dusk, then you do the banquet, and then you do the end of the tour at night. And so you got a little bit more out of the tour. Now, is it worth that incredibly high price? Very debatable. However, right. It is, if you are an absolute nerd of the Lord of the Rings, it is really, really a unique experience, and the food is absolutely fantastic. It's a medieval feast like I've never seen before. Coming from France, we do have a few medieval castles that are more like attractions and do these kind of things as well. But I've never seen table that full of amazing amount of food.
Right. Yeah, no, it's still something I'd like to do for just the experience. I actually have a Green Dragon flagon at the back there, and a South Farthing ale, which we never opened, which is just sitting on the back of my shelf. Nice. There. The other thing that I've done is I've seen the river down south over near Queenstown, where I think they filmed the Ringwraith crossing there. I'm not 100% sure, but I've definitely been to a river where they filmed something.
So down south, are you talking about Carroll Canyon, which is Andreen River? When they arrive, there's the 2 big statues?
Potentially.
Okay, otherwise it will be Skipper's Canyon, when there is Arwen that washes away the Ringwraith.
Yeah, that sounds more familiar.
So that's Skipper's Canyon.
Yeah, and The other one that I have seen is, of course, I've been to Weta Workshop, which everyone's been to.
Yeah.
And it's amazing seeing the detail and seeing all the stuff that they've worked on. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the amount of work done on those films is absolutely fascinating. Are you interested to check Weta Unleashed in Auckland?
I don't know what Weta Unleashed is.
It's a brand new attraction from Weta, which they opened in Auckland. It dabbles again into all the special effects that they're doing and all that. It's very different than the Lord of the Rings, but if you're into kind of you are into world building, so it's kind of like the way they physically build the worlds, which creators bring to them. It is kind of interesting.
I hadn't heard of that. That sounds interesting. I'd be interested in checking it out. I haven't seen I haven't seen Mount Sunday yet, which I've been really wanting to see.
So Mount Sunday, for you guys that are watching, is where they shot Edoras. This is where they will have placed Edoras, which is the capital of Rohan.
Yeah. I haven't seen that yet, but it is nearby, so I should just go and drive to there at some point, but I haven't done it yet.
Extremely windy, so pick a good day. Literally getting you off your feet. So we have video as well, guys, if you want to watch it on the channel of us doing that. And literally the winds did push us onto the floor and we could not stand up again. So in some days you may want to avoid it. Cool. So have you been, so when you went to Weta Workshop in Wellington, did you even go to Mount Victoria, for example?
I don't believe I went to Mount Victoria, though. Is Mount Victoria I haven't been to the North Island a huge amount.
Okay.
Like North Island to me is a little bit of a foreign world, just because I've lived in the South Island my whole life and I've done a lot more touring around the South Island.
Yeah.
So I don't quite know which one Mount Victoria is, but I feel like it sounds familiar. I think it's because we have a Victoria Park down in Christchurch, which is the top of one of our hills.
There's a Victoria in pretty much every city in New Zealand. There's a Victoria something. Yeah, cool. All right, so let's leave the Lord of the Rings behind. But before that, I just want to give you a tip to everybody watching this video. If you want to check Hello Future Me, I'm actually going to put a link in the description below. He released recently a video which blew Laura's mind. You guys know already, she's a big Lord of the Rings fan, but apparently the Lord of the Rings lies to a lot of people. And apparently Frodo and Sam don't even have those names. They have different names to begin with, and then it changes. And even hobbits are not really a thing. They have another name, Kuduk, if I'm correct.
Kuduks, yeah. And then you've got Mora, Ban, Kali, and I don't remember the last one.
Anyway, you've been lied to for years. If you think you know, I know 3 things about the Lord of the Rings. And literally, when I was watching this video, I was like, okay, I know Frodo, Sam, I know the hobbits. And literally, you were saying within the video that all that is lies.
It's not lies. It's the way that the events of the Lord of the Rings are depicted in the books and in the films are not actually how they canonically happened. Technically,
insert asterisks. Right here.
Insert like 6 asterisks. Yeah, that's that's the discussion. Yeah.
Nice. So if you guys want to check out that video, it's definitely worth a watch. If you know 1 or 2 things about the Lord of the Rings, let's just shatter those already.
I just think this is a fascinating example of meta world building, using the text itself and how it's written to tell us more about the characters and world inside the stories.
In the meantime, if you guys find this video useful, you can like, you can subscribe, and there is a link to obviously Tim's channel in the description of this video. Thanks for watching.